Well, I'm out in my backyard where I can make a good recording today. Kind of walking around. Taking a look at how things have changed since the last time I was out here. I'm thinking about my friend Tom Furgas, who passed away a couple of days ago, suddenly, unexpectedly. My friend Don Campau told me that he had just talked with him on the phone before he died, a day or so before. Makes me sad, because there are just not enough people in this world who are creative enough not to be afraid of other creative people. And Tom Furgas was one of those people. He was an effortless person to work with in collaboration, absolutely effortless. He never created any anxiety in other people, and he never became a brand. He never became a brand. In fact, I don't think he ever was in a band. He just worked in his brother's basement for all those years in Youngstown, Ohio, creating absolutely astonishing music that never sounded the same. He was a man with terrific humility and kindness, openness. I thought I might see some deer out here, but I'm not. Initially, I got a text from my friend Jerry Kranitz, who also lives in Ohio, different part of Ohio, and he was sending me a screenshot from Don Campau, who's another one of my oldest musical friends, and Don was letting the world know that Tom had passed, and I appreciate that Jerry told me that, because I got off of the Book of Face a couple of years ago after a bunch of professional trauma, and am rather pleasantly out of touch in many ways. Got a lot of branches down out here. Getting off of Facebook was the smartest thing I think I did in a long time, because it took me, when I was using it, into a place where I found that I was swimming in a sea of people who were fans but incapable of friendship. And I've never been terrifically motivated by fandom. A nice review is a nice thing to get, but one person hearing something and saying it's great doesn't mean it's great to everybody. And when we start believing what other people have to say about us because it's more beautiful than who we are, things can get pretty strange fast. I was aware of Tom Furgas almost 40 years ago when I was writing for Sound Choice and Option magazine after Op magazine, which was a fabulous music and arts publication, ceased to be, and its editorial staff, Scott Becker and David Ciffredini, split into two other magazines, Sound Choice and Option. So some of the reviews I wrote for Op ended up in Sound Choice and Option. And that's when I first encountered the music of Tom Furgas back then. It was fascinating, brilliant, extremely deliberate, and it sounded like nothing I'd ever heard before. He didn't provide anybody with an easier way to appreciate him. He was exactly who he was, and if you didn't like it, that didn't bother him, because because he wasn't out to make people like his music. He just simply made music and let the chips fall where they may. Absolutely effortless individual to work with. And consistent and really easy to talk to and discuss things with. And he never ever expressed any kind of editorial opinion about other people's sonic art. He would never say, well, why don't we do this instead? That wasn't his style. Because he honored what he received enough not to alter it. And be delighted with the fact that people can work together and make something where no one feels ripped off, slighted, or shit on, you know? So, rest in peace, Tom Furgas. You were a good man, and I can't think of a single thing to say about you that isn't positive. And I know that a lot of other people feel the same way. Tom Furgas left an honorable legacy, and the people that I've spoken with, Jerry and Don, in the last day, would probably agree with me when I say that Tom Furgas never burned a bridge that he might miss later on. And that's a cool thing. Market forces never impacted that composer. And I would love to see some people chime in down below and remember Tom with me. Share things that you know that I don't, that we don't. About somebody who was kind, creative, prolific, artistic, and never got triggered, never held a grudge, never expressed bitterness toward other people, and always picked up the phone. God bless you, Tom Furgas. You were one of the good ones.